Hello guys, how are you guys doing today? Long time no chat. So, okay, I know I'm not on camera. I don't really feel like being on camera today, so I thought that I would just film this video today for you guys, even though I don't feel like being on camera because I'm doing some normal routine work with my animals, obviously. This is pretty routine. You guys have seen me change my water in my tanks many times, but I like filming it for you guys, and I know there is some people on my channel who enjoy watching them, so I'm gonna do a tank clean and also show you guys something that happened this week that really sucks, but hopefully we can fix it today and it won't be a big deal. But it is something that I wanted to show you guys and talk about really quick. So we're gonna do a water change, we're gonna get into that, but I wanted to show you guys actually, one of the filters on my tank failed this week, and that doesn't normally happen. I'm really good about watching my filter and monitoring my tank and everything. Obviously the fishies are fine, they're doing great. And luckily I do keep 2 filters on my tank. I do have 2 holes on the back. One that I modified because I do have that AquaClear 110 on there that's a really long filter. But I also have a smaller AquaClear 30 on this side, and I run them both in case one is to fail, which is what happened. So we're gonna talk about that today. One thing I do want to mention before we jump into the video and the water change and everything and talking about the filter, I'm not going to be updating on the moving and everything like that. Obviously that is still going on. We are still in the process. My brother did move out, which is like completely heartbreaking. It's like a whole lot going on right now for the move, but I'm not going to be updating on that or talking about that today. We're just going to focus on the fish tank. But for anyone who is curious about that, I'm sure I'll be filming an update video pretty soon, hopefully. But yeah, we'll save that for another video, but let's jump into the tank situation. I'm going to show you guys the filter. Alright, so here is my AquaClear 30. You guys have seen this filter before. This is a hang-on back filter, and as you can see, all the filter media is gone. So I love hang-on back filters. I've used them the entire time I've kept fish. I love hang-on backs, and I really love AquaClear. It's a really good brand. However, I have noticed that with these filters in particular, specifically this one, I have noticed that they do have a, I don't know if it's a design flaw or this weird little quirk with the motor, which is a really bad thing, and it does become a problem. And I had this issue a lot when this filter was on the 20-gallon. And my big AquaClear, which is a 110, has done it as well, especially whenever I very first got them. They did a lot more. I actually haven't had this filter do it in a really long time, which is why I think I missed it this time, because it just hasn't done it in so long, but we're gonna talk about it. So basically what happened is this week, I came over to my tank and I did my normal like thing where I look at my tank, I look at my filter, make sure they're both running, there's water flowing, and that everything is good. Sometimes I'll check the water, it just depends on how long it's been since I did like a water change or whatever. And I was checking the tank and this filter was not pumping water, and so I was like, oh no. I had done a water change the day before, so I thought maybe I didn't plug it back in or something. Like, I wasn't really sure what happened, but when I checked, it was still plugged in, and obviously I knew exactly what happened because I knew this filter can do this. So basically what these filters kind of do is sometimes after a water change, you can actually plug this filter back in after having it unplugged, and you can have it full of water because you can't dry start these. You have to like fill them up with water and then plug them in, and then the motor will start pulling the water through the tube, which isn't on here. But so basically, I had plugged this in after the water change. It did this thing that this filter is known to do, where it will be full of water. It looks like it's pulling water, but it never actually comes all the way out. And you will hear the motor running, but it's not pulling the water the way that it's supposed to. Now, I don't know why this happens exactly, but for some reason, the spinner part, the little, the fan that's basically in the motor, stops spinning. The motor will be on, but the fan won't spin. You'll hear it. It actually will get very hot, which again I hate, but for some reason it's not spinning. So as crazy as this sounds, I normally take a chopstick, and if you can see down in here, do you see the motor down in there, or the fan that's in the motor? Basically, if I take a chopstick and you just tap the thing, which I know this sounds so sketch, like you guys are like, what the heck have you been doing? But I've literally done this for what, almost 2 years. I've had my fish tank since my 20-gallon, like that's where I got this. Basically, I just take my chopstick and you can literally just go like this and just tap that fan, and it will start spinning and it will pull water. Basically, I haven't had to do this in over 6 months. I literally thought that it was just like a fluke when I had this on the 20-gallon. For whatever reason, when I plugged it back in, the spinner in the fan was not spinning, but the motor was on, and it stayed like that for a full day, and I didn't realize that water wasn't coming out. I keep 2 filters on my fish tank because I'm super paranoid. I try to plan for worst case scenarios, so I knew if one of my filters failed, I need to have a backup on the tank. So luckily, that was the case, so my fish are completely fine. Honestly, I'd rather have this one fail than the big one. So of course, I lost all that filter media. I did have to dump it. I did run this in the sink and soak it overnight and clean it out really good, even though I know it's got like permanent grime on there. That's just kind of the way that it is. I did scrub it. It's clean. It just needs to be put back on. So what I'm gonna do is today, I'm actually gonna put this back on. Obviously, I'm gonna watch it really carefully, and obviously if it doesn't work when I put it back on, I'm just gonna take it off and then buy a new one, because obviously I wanna have a secondary filter on my tank always for situations just like this. But I did wanna mention that if you have an aqua clear or hang on back, that is something that can happen. These filters can stall out is what I would call it. I wouldn't even really call it a fail because the motor is still running, but if you don't tap that fan, yeah, it can just not be pulling water, and it's a really weird thing. And I've heard that people take these back because they think that they're defective, but the crazy thing is that it's like a defect, but if you tap that, it will turn back on. It's not broken. I know that that's not a good thing for a filter to have, like this problem. I know that's not like a good problem to have. It's just that fan is really stupid, and I don't know, but I mean, it does work, and it will last you forever as long as you remember after water changes to tap the stupid fan. We're gonna try and put this back on. We're gonna do a water change, and we will see if it fixes. All right, it's been a few minutes, so now we're gonna turn on the second filter. The first filter is on and running. You just have to get the fill line up above where the filter intake is, but we're gonna try and turn this one on since it's submerged now, and we'll see if it comes on and if the motor is functioning and everything. So we'll turn that on. I feel the motor on, but it is not pulling water. So maybe fried, we'll have to see. All right, let's tap it and see if that will fix it. All right, I stuck it with the chopstick, and now it is pulling water. How about that? It is working completely, so that's what it was. It was just the fan. The motor is still running, and it didn't burn out the other day, thank goodness. I'm gonna have to turn this water off in a second. But yeah, so the filter is running again. That's how you fix it. If it does go out on you and you think that the motor's fried, just stab the fan with a chopstick and it will probably come back on. Unfortunately, it's just an aqua clear glitch that they have. I really don't know. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do this tank clean on the 36-gallon goldfish tank. As you can see, they're doing really good. I will try to have another video up to you guys pretty soon. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Be kind. Bye.